Unfortunately, I know I haven't been keeping that up on this right here, but I'm actually very happy because the first time in like 10 years, yeah, 10 years, no, 12 years actually, the first time in 12 years, chat. Let's go. Let's fucking go. I had to get like really close to my mic right there. And that is the most deplorable disgrace of an actual human being, and that is a Johnny Salami, aka the human punching bag that has gotten sentience because I used black magic one time and it was terrorizing the people in Korea. He is now going to prison. Cinema. By the way, he's not even done with all the charges, just to let you know. This is like merely a fraction of the charges.
This is a disrespectful IRL streamer walking out of court realizing he's completely destroyed his life. And now he's facing a max sentence of over 40 years in prison once you add up all of his charges together.
Woo, yeah, baby. That's what I'm waiting for. That's what it's all about. Yeah. Chokes on air. Yeah. 46 years for his brain rotted pranks. In quotations, pranks. Yeah. 46 years. Let's go, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Don't send him back here. We don't want him. As someone from the US, as from Texas, I can clearly say as a state, we don't want him back. It's the first time, like both sides of the aisle in Texas are like, yeah, no, we don't want him. I can't even speak. Unanimously, all 100% are like, yeah, no, we don't want him back. You can keep him. That would be absolute fucking cinema if that were to happen. Like a whole fucking house in the US, if he were to do something, saying, yeah, and then it comes up and it's like, everyone's just like, we don't want him. Like literally everybody, like just straight up, no hesitation, we don't want him. Anyway, next part. And then they go back to arguing. Dude, that would be fucking wild. That would be cinema right there. I would love to see that. And then he'll just be like emotional damaged. He ain't gonna live past, like, I'm gonna be honest with you, 46 years. He's not gonna live in prison for 46 years. I give him a fraction of that. At best. At best.
6 of which he's already pleaded guilty to. And things just keep getting worse for this guy because he refuses to apologize. He keeps on doubling down on his moronic behavior, and at this point, he's just completely digging his own grave. To the point where he's honestly really going for that #1 spot of the Influencer Hall of Fame morons. Now, you may be asking, how is this
he's
possible?
The king of it
well,
for right now.
Built an entire career of harassing people in public. He went to Japan to do exactly this, and quickly found out because people started confronting him all the time. And it's crazy how much I called what was going to happen over 2 years ago.
You're from America?
Yes.
So am I.
You're from America?
Yeah,
Man.
What do you do?
No, I'm just gonna say this right here, and this is just, I'm sorry for the pause again. I think Kick was probably the worst idea ever made because it gave people like these idiots a platform. That's my thought.
We will do again.
Do what?
His career path is now limited, to say the least. He can keep streaming to the morons who are entertained by his behavior, but at some point, being disrespectful like this will either get stale or it's going to catch up to him in the worst way possible.
But back then, he ended up being chased down by alleged Yakuza members. He was forced to apologize multiple times, but because he didn't do it in a sincere way, he ended up fleeing Japan for Thailand.
Bangkok. Oh no, 2023. Oh no, Bangkok, I'm sorry. Whoa, that guy just depantsed. Whoa, that guy. Whoa.
Where's the chat?
Man, Bangkok. I didn't even know that's where he went. I thought he just like left. I thought he just like despawned, like dead ass.
Oh, police are here, guys.
Oh god, dude, for the people in Bangkok, I'm truly sorry that we had to deal with. Yeah, I had to deal with that. I thought he despawned from the planet and then just spawned back in, like out of nowhere. You know, just like loading up a checkpoint. And I actually thought that's what happened. I thought he went from Japan to Korea, and it was just like a huge hiatus in between. And I thought he just like despawned and then just spawned back in, like loading up a checkpoint in a video game. Like, what the fuck? That's where he was, but god damn it. Ice Poseidon. And he's always with Ice Poseidon though, which is fucking weird. Ice Poseidon's also going to get his time too, so you know.
No worries, I won't bring that heat up.
Maybe throw it down like a bike, no kickstand. I've been feeling stuck in this life, no quicksand. Shit ain't coming quick, but I ride.
Oh shit, he's got a bike.
Coming up like big fan. Turn down one band for more bands, have more planes, a core fan just stacked up with smacked up. I felt and got back up.
He didn't mean it. Oh, I remember that where he slapped that.
They don't know your name like it's what you call it.
I remember that when he slapped that lady's butt right there. I remember that. That was like a huge clip. I feel so sorry for her, but she kept it very professional.
And he immediately made his way to the refrigerated section to buy soju, a traditional Korean alcoholic beverage normally made from either rice or sweet potatoes. And with this, he starts harassing the local citizens of Seoul.
Some of these drinks right here, I do want to try. They look really good.
Obviously, this venue was packed, and he ended up running up.
I remember Tara, I believe, has a lot of that
so
stuff.
Not long after he goes live here in Seoul, Korea, he immediately jumps up on this stage and interrupts a televised performance.
Oh no. I remember this. Oh god.
To start worrying if he was going to get arrested or not. So they made a run for it and ended up.
Look, it's a Galaxy 47 Z7 Flip. Galaxy AI.
And here he only rode the bus for a few stops until the bus driver actually threw him off the bus, which in South Korea can easily be a business disruption charge. Which
yeah, there's
he's
a.
currently
They have a.
of. And you can really tell.
I'm just gonna be honest with you. If you think this stuff, like, if you ever have to do stuff like this just to get attention, don't do it, because it's just like you're gonna get attention, but just not the way you want it. Just saying.
How uncomfortable his friend got with Johnny because he immediately left him because that was the
listen
last
to
time he ever
the
saw his
listen
friend
to
on
the
street.
anime boy that's inside your device.
And soon after, he went to this market and bought a fish, went onto a bus, and started harassing people with the fish and playing North Korean propaganda. And when people asked him to stop multiple times, he did what he always does. He laughed in their face and didn't do so. So he was eventually confronted by the police, lied to them, so they let him go. And then he continued what he was doing to begin with. And then he was confronted by the police again. And then he lied to them again. And then he was let go yet again. The cycle just keeps repeating with this guy. But unfortunately, they just kept a tally and kept charging him with more and more charges.
I feel so sorry for those people over there that have to deal with this guy.
I've said it many times. I don't give a I have no morals. I'm a sociopath. I don't give a Put this in your next YouTube documentary. I don't give a fuck. I want to apologize to the Korean people.
And at this point, I guess he just felt completely invincible.
You don't give a
here
fuck.
in South Korea, so
That was obviously a fucking lie. Oh yeah, I remember. This is when it looked like he was like, dude, that woman was smart. Look, I'm just gonna be honest with you. If you're gonna be that person to do that kind of stuff, chat. If you're gonna be that person to do that kind of stuff, chat. Like nuisance streamer. Like going up to people, like throwing stuff at them, acting like a baby in front of like a huge public crowd, like that thing that he did like in South Korea. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you guys remember that. Oh my god, that was so fucking horrible. He went up there, played North Korean propaganda to like dozens of people just wanting to like listen into just some music. And it was like, I am surprised he did not get arrested right then and there. I'm just saying. It is just, it's just like, come on, like, normally, because look, okay, chat. I know for a fact that North Korea, you know, that stuff right there is not allowed in South Korea. There's like a law on that right there, and I don't think they even charged him with that yet, because he's going to like, was it like 42, 43 years in prison in South Korea for a fraction of the stupid shit that he's done, which is most of his disrupting businesses. You saw the 7-Eleven. There was this one right here. And then there was like, I'll be honest with you, he has disrupted probably like more than like 2 or 3 dozen businesses in South Korea alone. And some of them I didn't even know about, because one, I just leave it up to the people who do watch them. I honestly do not know how they do that. I'm assuming they have themselves strapped to a chair, or they have their buddy strapped to a chair with duct tape put on his eyes, and he has to watch and actually clip everything. Like his hands just like duct taped to like a mouse and he has to do that. I honestly feel like that's a form of like cruel and unusual punishment. I'm just saying, like, you cannot just like watch this shit and just like be like, ah, yes, I can definitely watch this. No, dude, like even watching his clips are just like, they're like so horrible. I can't even think of a fucking word because that's how bad it is. Like, holy shit. Anyway,
French, no English.
And this is what brought me to Seoul in March of 2025 because he was
I'm kind of
officially
glad though he's going like
indicted, and
now
I've
40
been
years, dude.
covering
He's
all
probably
this
gonna
from
spend life
afar,
in prison.
but
I
wanted to see
honestly,
what this train
I
wreck
don't
was
even give
like
him
in
40 years.
person. And honestly, I was in complete disbelief.
Not even
I've
40
never
years at
seen a
that.
person
I give him
who
half
clearly
that.
knew better act this dumb and completely destroy his life for zero upside. By March of 2025, he'd already been stuck in Korea for months, and finally, he had his opportunity.
The one thing
to
that
just
Korea, that
apologize.
the one thing that South Korea did right that Japan didn't do, they kept him there. They just denied him that opportunity to run away. That was really nice.
Take his penalty and go home. What did he do though? Absolutely not that. Instead, he chose to insult the judge and judge's family just days before his trial, then show up to his trial over an hour late drunk.
The judge, the prosecutor.
Wait, hang on. He did that. I know he was late, and then showed up into the I know he was late and showed up drunk. That's all I know. I did not know about the other part. What the fuck? Isn't that also a crime too? Like in every country where you cannot like do shit like that because it's considered like assault or some shit like that, or it could be interpreted that way. I don't know. I forgot what it was called though, but there's some kind of charge for that too. That is insane.
You can suck my causing anxiety by carrying a fish. Tell the judge you can suck my. I'll bring a
Make a
fish to your
dumbass
mother's house.
detective. That's basically how everyone sees it. He even had that hat on.
Is there anything you want?
I remember this too. That he was thinking like all the rules that are inside the US also apply outside of the US for him. Like freedom of speech and all that kind of stuff. Like what the fuck? Also, hello Psycho, how are you? I actually do agree with that right there, 100%. I honestly feel like that will be the thing every time we see something stupid. We'll just put on big red words when we know he's about to do something really cringe and really stupid. Because obviously this is going to get edited down for YouTube purposes.
Want to say?
The car.
Do you admit the charges?
Yeah, I like how he's like
Don't you
really
want to
quiet
apologize?
right now and not really want to talk.
Now, as you can probably see, that was a complete disaster before, during, and after the trial.
Wow,
So did he take
that was
this as
just
a
a
massive
complete
wake-up
dumpster
call to
fire.
maybe sharpen up, start apologizing, and get his stuff together?
He ain't gonna get his stuff
Absolutely not.
together.
He continued to live stream himself committing felonies.
Stop this man! Stop this man! He's harassing my girlfriend! Go away!
At this point, I don't even know.
I remember that. I
How is this
remember the
person
translation
real?
that
And
the
this is what's
community
brought
did
us
to
back
that.
now
That was
in August
not.
of 2025 because he's
That
now
was not
wrapped up
nice.
8
what he was doing.
charges.
Ah, yes, August 2025. Still South Korea.
So we're now on our way to interview a guy by the name of Jung Do because he hit me up the other day and he claims that he sucker punched Johnny in the face and he wanted to take us to the
Give this guy a Nobel Peace Prize. He sucker punched Johnny Somali in the face. This guy's a hero. I'm just saying. He's a hero, a legend. He'll be remembered.
spot where he did it and give some backstory to why he did so. We're standing here in Gwangjang Market and I'm here with Jung Do, who infamously punched Johnny Somali in the face.
Red Dead Redemption enthusiast. Holy shit, this guy's a fucking legend. Holy shit. Red Dead Redemption enthusiast and sucker punched Johnny Somali.
So the reason why I did it is because he was assaulting people in my country.
This guy's
Just by
fucking
his
badass. Holy
behaviors
shit.
made me feel like furious. Made me go like blind rage just by harassing women and children and elderly people because for its clouds, and also desecrating the statue that memorializes women who were forced into slavery, sorry about that, by Japanese imperials, which by the way, most of them are underage. So after he did that, I just like, you know, screw it, I'm just gonna risk it.
Because you're in your 20s, I'm assuming most people.
Yeah, I remember that one right there. I think he lubed up. Yeah, that was the thing. He lubed up and did that shit to that statue. And I was like, I can't believe he did that. I honestly cannot believe he did that. The fact that he did that and didn't even know what the symbolism of what those statues meant kind of showed exactly that right there. Like, yeah, the mega dumbass detected. Yeah, we're just gonna put that right there. Like every time we see a clip right there, we're just gonna have to put mega dumbass detected. I'm just gonna imprint that in my mind every time I see something come up.
People in Korea in their 20s
And there's
also
still a
feel
lot
the
of
same
stuff
way
coming up. Hey,
towards
look.
him, or
Yeah, where everyone's just sick of him. Most people just recognize him for wrong
This person's
reasons.
like, what
let
the
me
heck are you
ask,
doing?
how were you able to track him down?
So to make it short, I was about to like, you know, do some of my personal like problems dealing with like accounting things. So then all of a sudden, around like 2 or 3 o'clock, Johnny was
Like
live
2 or
streaming.
So I'm just gonna say this right here. I'm actually surprised a lot of people just like he was the only guy that sucker punched him. I honestly felt like there should have been more people that did that. But then again, I think they all isn't there like a lot of like rules put in where you can't really do that kind of stuff? You can't jump a guy, even though he was really, really stupid on insulting like an entire country basically. I think more than once too. So which is just insane. Anyway, let's get back onto the video.
Decided to call my friends, so we decided to gather in the Discord call and told them, guys, this guy is streaming. We gotta figure this guy, where this guy is. I know where his house is, but I'm not sure if you go to other places that I'm not familiar with. So can you guys track him down while I'm riding a train? And it was like, sure, go ahead. So basically the 4 of us figure out where he's going. Man, it was like a really long journey. And it kind of point I was like really exhausted by it. I was like really close to giving up. And then until one specific spot that helped me find this guy. It was a coffee shop right here.
Oh, so it was the White Button Coffee and Dessert?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, okay.
But it's all because of this place that I figured it out. And all of a sudden I was like filled with just adrenaline coming up. In my mind, this one music from
I just saw that right there. That's psycho. I would have lifted him up over my head before slamming him down with an E-Bane style. Falcon Punch. Wow. I mean, I honestly feel like everybody will be doing like fight moves on him. Like, you know, doing all those combo breakers, you know, like up, down, left, right, you know, A, B kind of thing right there. And just like going into that. I honestly feel like everyone will be okay with that. I'm just saying.
a Red Dead Redemption on the Nightmare. I think it's called Voodoo, Bad Voodoo. Have you played that game?
Yes.
So this music was like, playing on my head, and then I was like, kept running, and then I arrived here. And one of my friends just told me like, dude, I saw a police station in your camera. Bail, man, just bail. And then I walk across the street, and then I came here.
You ended up sucker punching him right here, and then you ran this way, right?
Yeah.
He kind of started chasing you a little bit, and you had a little bit of a confrontation.
The chat, really? What the heck? Put out the 8, 2, 3, 4 combo chain. What the fuck?
And then this is essentially where the altercation ended. Because he said something, you ended up running a little bit back up the stairs, and then you went, oh, okay, I gotta disengage.
Yeah, right? It's like, you know, I'm just so tired. I just want to go back home. That's it. If you want to go around and harass these people just for clout, or just do something really stupid in public, get a life or do something.
Thank you so much for your time.
Holy shit, dude! This guy is Spider-Man, or like has the embodiment. He's like with true power, or yeah, it's like wait, that's it, right? The true power comes with responsibility, kind of thing. Bro literally plays Red Dead Redemption 2. And he soccer punched Johnny. And then he just disengaged like an NPC. So I don't know how to feel about that. But like, those words are actually facts right there. You know, I'm just saying. Anyway, let's get back onto it.
Yeah, thank you.
Operation 2 a.m. pizza secured. Now we gotta find a CU again, or a 7-Eleven. Oh, right here. Okay, that made it easy. Something in here is calling my name as well. Do I want a fish ice cream? It's like a bean paste ice cream. This also looks interesting. This kind of seems like a vibe. Honey apple ice cream cone. That's probably fascinating. So in Korea, they do things where there's like...
Shit, I'm just gonna say this. Imagine like not having ice cream, and now you want ice cream. Rest in peace, bowels. I'm probably gonna get ice cream now.
They give you an ice cup, and then you buy your own drinks, and then you mix it into the ice cup, and then you have a ready-to-go drink. Oh yeah, and you can also add all these things in here as well. We have something else in mind, though. Okay, so we've now acquired our ice cups, but instead of making our own drinks inside of the 7-Eleven, which is extremely common here, we're gonna do it a little bit differently because today's video is sponsored by GamerSubs. Shout out GamerSubs.
You said this is probably a bad thing, but logic tip: if you start fighting, finish it. If you start a fight, be ready to finish it before the. You know what? Fair. You know, yeah. I mean, like, look, he literally picked a fight with people in Japan, South Korea, and then like Bangkok, and then that shit that happened in, was it Israel? You know, like where he slapped that was it from what was it called, the Israeli Defense Force or whatever the heck it's called, went up to like one of the females and just slapped her ass, and I'm surprised he didn't get jumped right then and there. Like, I'm surprised he lived through that, not gonna lie. I think everyone, like, as a collective whole, was saying like, please, they got the weapons, do something. I mean, I know they shouldn't do something, but I mean, to be fair, he was kind of asking for it. Like, if you guys remember that video that was circulating like whenever it came out again, I honestly do not want to remember that date. Yeah, like 100%. Like, I think everyone was like in the internet kind of doing that, kind of wishing for that.
$20,000. He wasn't associated with Johnny anymore, and Johnny no longer lived with him. And to be fair, are we surprised there's trouble in paradise when you have two dudes living on top of each other in a extremely small apartment for about a year? No. Especially when you consider that one of the dudes there is not making any money. He's actually just a drain on this dude's life, and he's causing a massive rift between him and his family. And this guy's family is paying for the other dude's trial. It's just not a good deal for them whatsoever.
What? Wait, hang on. So you're telling, you know what? Okay, all right. You know what? That was so complex right there and so stupid at the same time that you're really doing that. I honestly do not know what to say. Like, my brain just shut down. Like, it literally just shut down. It just crashed. Like, what the fuck?
Now headed to the Johnny Somali trial. It's the day of. The trial begins in just a few hours. It's pouring rain here in Seoul, so we have the umbrellas on deck, locked there. And it's going to be interesting to see what happens today, because this apparently is supposed to be the most important trial day, because you actually have a witness, which is Bong Bong. And it'll also be really interesting to see if Bong Bong actually shows up, because it seems like there's been a lot of intimidation towards her, because Johnny Somali and the people who support him don't want her to show up and testify. But again, she's not the only one who has the deepfake charges against him.
Was there a chance that this is also the day that we get to know like the closing dates and whatnot?
Could be. And the other interesting thing that's happening today is we'll find out what the fourth obstruction of business is. Also, today the trial is actually at 4 p.m., not 9 in the morning, so the odds of him not oversleeping and showing up drunk are a lot higher, but never zero with this guy. So what are we expecting to happen today?
You know, I'm just gonna say this, chat, because I did not watch that. I just knew what happened at, like, near the end result. I know he got got convicted for like most of that stuff, and it's still going. I think it was the same guy. I want to say, no, wait, hang on. I remember. I don't know if it was this content creator or another one. I think it was Legal Eagle. Also did the same thing. He flew over here. I like, dude. People are literally flying to South Korea to watch this guy to go to prison for the rest of his life. This is like something big, like so fucking. This is like so monumental. This will probably outshine like the moon landings. Like, this is how big it's getting. Like, not gonna lie, which is just insane. I'm like, what the fuck? I mean, I got no problem with that. I mean, you play stupid games, you get stupid prizes. I always say, you know. And this guy literally picked a fight with everybody, and yeah, this is his consequences for that.
Today in court, we're going to hear a new charge, which is an obstruction of business. We know that.
Yeah.
And we're going to hear a plea.
Yeah.
Johnny. We're going to hear him confirm his address.
Yeah.
Confirm his occupation. See what he's going to say. And then, what do we got? Bong Bong.
Right. Okay.
She's going to testify, and it should be very interesting.
Well, I guess we'll check back in when we know. So Johnny's current freedom will be decided behind these doors.
Obviously, I can't film inside the court, so we did a little drawing again. So here you see the judge in the middle there, and then on one side you have the prosecution, and on the other side you have the defense. And clearly we had a very sad Johnny Somali sitting in court today. So this is essentially what it looked like. You had the translator in the middle, and then you had the prosecution and the defense on opposite sides, and obviously the judge in the middle behind what says court in Korean there.
Hey, brother. Here's the boys. How we feeling?
Damn, he is. Holy shit.
Did you see that strut? He hit the. What were the big updates that happened?
Ow, okay. Dude, he looks like he's just now realized he's
I've
fucked.
never seen someone try to keep that
Like,
straight in the face
facts.
before. All right, so we just got out of court. What were the big updates that happened during it?
Well, we had not a surprise witness, because the definition of that is somebody who we didn't know was going to be called. But we just made a mistake about assuming who was going to be called. It actually turned out to be the Lotte World employee who had to deal with Johnny.
Oh, so we thought Bong Bong was going to be called, but it wasn't Bong Bong. It was her instead.
Yes, so that was for the obstruction of business at Lotte World, and then but Johnny changed his plea to guilty.
So therefore, she didn't have to testify.
Exactly. There's no need for her to testify.
Okay.
Said she could just go because she pled guilty.
So he changed that one plea, so now we only have 2 not guilty pleas.
And the 2 that are not guilty pleas, those are both for the deepfakes or for the...
Those are both for the deepfakes.
Right.
And
they're going to call witnesses for that, which is what they were arranging now.
Okay, so they did not originally want witnesses for that, or that's what...
The lawyers tried to stop it.
Okay.
Since he insists on a not guilty plea, they have to call the witnesses.
But since now witnesses are involved, that means the next trial is going to be 2 to 3 months out from now, I'm assuming.
October 24th.
October 24th is the next trial then, okay.
We're waiting a confirmation from that right now because we always want to check, but it sounded like you're pretty sure that sounded like October 24th, right? Yeah.
The lawyer was asking for too much time for cross-referencing, so the judge said that prosecution said they only needed like 10, 15 minutes. He wanted like 25, 30 minutes.
So that means the lawyer, since the lawyer first tried to stop the testimony, or stop the witnesses, but since the court insists on the witnesses, the lawyer asked for more time than they could allocate.
Okay.
So that means he really wants to, grill the witnesses.
So would you overall say this trial went good or bad for Johnny, or this case, or this trial date?
I think it was pretty stupid.
Okay.
It was but you have a defendant who's insisting on these not guilty pleas, and you have a lawyer who was just flustered, and this was actually the first time we heard this lawyer make an argument.
Yeah, and how do you do?
His argument was that Johnny did not produce the deepfakes, he only distributed them.
Right.
To which the prosecution says, well, that's what you're accused of. You're accused of distributing them, regardless of whether you made them.
Yeah.
So why are you insisting on a not guilty plea? But he is. It's a paradox.
Right.
It's like basically saying...
you made them, you're guilty.
Yes.
Oh, if you said you distributed them, you're guilty.
Yeah, they cannot deny having distributed them. I think it goes back to what the...
Also, hello, Hazard. How are you?
Like way back when, we said the law itself is stupid.
Right. Okay.
They're trying to argue...
they're trying the Chewbacca defense.
Johnny. Excuse me, guys. No? Okay. They don't want to be on camera.
What's interesting also is the North Korea charges that were hovering over his head, because he was actually brought in for questioning there. And he essentially got out of that by saying, hey, I didn't know what I was saying or doing. Please don't charge me.
When I go to the judge tomorrow and say, oh, I'm sorry, oh, I'm mentally ill, I don't know what's going on, I plead mentally insane, and they say, okay, go home with a fine of $500.
Well, the only problem with that is his own streams, just like everything else he does. But here, he proves that he is very aware of how serious this behavior is here.
What's the law on that? You said you read up on the law. What's the law on that North Korea?
All right, so no propaganda, bro.
No propaganda.
Like,
what is
don't carry around no.
What's the definition of propaganda?
Papers, papers promoting Kim Jong Un, like T-shirts promoting Kim Jong Un. None of that, bro.
I ain't got no T-shirt.
No, I know, but don't be talking about him and saying he's a real god and whatnot.
What's kind of ironic of all this is clearly, as we saw in the start of this video, Johnny wanted so badly to be liked and kind of be like Ice Poseidon. But unfortunately for him, his own behavior led to him being hated even by his idol.
This is the reality of the situation, okay? I'm telling you the reality.
I'm listening.
I went to Japan before, no problems. After you did your I went to Japan, a bunch of problems. Why is that? Because of you. Made my life harder, so I do not like you.
So clearly, reality is slowly kicking in with Johnny that, hey, you're no longer playing a game. You have some serious consequences that are hanging over your head. Because it seems like he's taking this more seriously now. He still showed up late, but at least he had a fitting suit, and he didn't make a whole scene when he arrived. But the main thing I noticed looking at him was, wow, he looks incredibly defeated. But unfortunately for him, he still hasn't apologized. He's now ran out of time to apologize and get a more lenient sentence here because for some reason he
Dude, I'm just gonna say this right here, guys. He actually deserves all of this. Also, he says it's currently 1:48 a.m. right now. Oh shit, dude! Holy shit! So wait, hang out. It's 1:40. What the fuck, dude? Why the fuck are you awake? What the heck? Go to sleep. No, but like, okay, going back onto that, I gotta say it checked. Okay, so thing is, with this shit right here, I'm very happy. I'm like, this is. He is going away for over 40 plus years, and we're not even done with the charges. And he's like doing the not guilty for the deep fakes. Dude, I'm gonna be honest with you, brother. That's posted on your fucking channel. It is right there for the whole fucking world to see. The people in fucking Korea saw that shit. It is just insane. Like, you did that on purpose. You posted that shit on purpose, and it is actually a crime in Korea to post deepfakes. Like, it is just a fucking crime. That's literally all it is. Like, so he's really going to put not guilty. I'm not guilty, guys. I didn't make the deepfake. So he's going to, I knowing him, he's probably going to send something like, oh, it was a fan that made it. What kind of fan would send something like that? Also, isn't it kind of weird that a fan would send something like that? I'm just saying, like, and the fact that he also confessed to it, like he basically made a deepfake and then he's backtracking on it. I believe like, oh man, I forgot when that was though, but I remember someone was talking about that. He actually did admit that he made that deepfake, and he's really gonna plead not guilty. Dude, he literally streams every stupid decision that he has possibly ever made, and getting caught in the act and saying, I didn't do it, I swear to God, it's someone else, it wasn't me. And meanwhile, he literally recorded it for hundreds, if not thousands of people can witness it. And on top of that, people who clipped it, because there's a lot of you guys. Not you guys in particular, because I know you guys won't want to watch something like that. I know I wouldn't watch that shit right there. That, like, and the fact that, again, he's going away for 40 years, that's like 40 years of an idiot that we don't have to deal with anymore. Now, if only they can get like Ice Poseidon and then Hassan, you know, if we can get rid of those two, I'm okay with it, because they may be doing a lot of stupid shit too lately, and it's getting to the point. I think a lot of people are getting annoyed of those guys, and I think they just want to see them like gone. So I'm really hoping that once they see him go to prison, I honestly feel like maybe they may backtrack on all these stupid little decisions they've been making and learning and not wanting to do that shit again. So then we can actually have inner peace. Just saying. I'm just saying. Like, if you guys have not seen the, like, okay, Chaz probably knows because some of you guys have shared that to me with the Hassan Piker stuff. It's yeah, like my thoughts are just like what Moist Critical and all the others said. Yeah, he's that kind of guy. I'm not going to go into more on that because I'm not going to want to start fighting with his community or even him, because I honestly feel like I feel like I'd get more fun of fighting a rock that is not even moving and having a conversation with it than with any one of those guys. I'm just saying, like, I would literally just watch paint dry. I'm not joking. I would actually watch paint dry instead of actually trying to talk to them or any of that stuff that they're doing, saying you really shouldn't do this shit. I mean, they obviously know they shouldn't do this shit. The community as a whole knows they shouldn't do that shit, but yet here they are doing it anyway. I'd rather just watch paint dry, to be honest with you. I feel like I'd get more engagement off that.
Always in the wrong, knowing where we stand.